I've been talking to Twitch people, and I'm really upset because I noticed a lot of negligence around the event, and I'm not happy with the way that they're handling it now. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, I asked them, you know, like, what are they gonna do about this? And you know what they said initially? They said, oh, well, he's banned from the platform for 30 days. What? And then she's obviously like, hello? Like, that needs to be indefinite. What the f are you talking about? Also, that's like nothing to do with anything. No one gives a f if he's banned on Twitch or not. Like, we're talking about the convention here. So they change it to indefinite. Takes an hour for that to happen, by the way. These two people are the head of security for Amazon and the head of risk for Twitch. Also, later the same night, I'm not gonna drop names here because I wasn't there, so I didn't see it, but I had multiple people tell me that key Twitch representatives last night were out partying.
So I'm a little bit frustrated right now because last week I uploaded a video on this channel covering the controversy surrounding TwitchCon, a event, and YouTube gave me a community guideline strike for sex and nudity on this channel, and they suspended my uploads for a week, and I appealed it. I was denied within 2 minutes of my appeal, and then after a whole week today, this morning, my strike is randomly removed, and the video that they deleted or removed was restored into its original form, which was removed within like 40 seconds of uploading, and does not get resent out to people upon the restoration of that video. So here I am today, and I'm actually editing and putting more stuff into this video because more stuff has come out. But this is the original video that was removed last week, along with some additional stuff. But I would just like to say a royal middle finger to YouTube for you know, removing my video and trying to censor me for covering stuff that's actually relevant. And also, this is in dedication to Dan Clancy, who we're also going to be talking about today, because Dan Clancy, the CEO of Twitch, needs to be ridiculed and needs to step down.
And others. Obviously, we saw one Twitch streamer yesterday, Emiru, get assaulted by a male fan. And a lot of streamers have, especially female streamers, have talked about, you know, the danger that they feel from these sort of toxic, I guess, parasocial kind of creeps. What are you guys doing to prioritize safety? Because I know also a bunch of Twitch content creators said that they were too scared to even come to TwitchCon this year, just in case something like what happened yesterday would happen.
The safety of our creators is the top priority. The challenge we face is a challenge in today's society. It's not limited to Twitch. It extends throughout our society. I do think that when you're live streaming, in many ways, since you control your community and you can ban people, you can make it so that those people that you don't want engaging with you and participating with you aren't there. Okay.
I think this highlights perfectly how out of touch reality Dan Clancy is with social media, and it's really showing his age, because this man is an old man, right? And the fact that he's already putting blame on us, the creators, for being able to control our community and just block them, just ban them from your chat, that doesn't stop people from going to a convention like this and then actually assaulting someone, which we clear as day saw. This happened. She's pressing charges against this individual now. What a lot of people don't know is that at TwitchCon, you link your username, your Twitch ID to your badge. So it's actually linked. Twitch knows who this person is. Twitch should do their due diligence and have this person banned across every event, and their account should be permanently suspended for eternity, never allowing them to do a hardware ID ban to where this person is not allowed to be on Twitch in any capacity as a viewer or as an attendee to an event. But of course, you know, Dan Clancy here is putting the blame back on creators, saying that we have the ability to control things and control our audience. No, we don't. I'm sorry, I've had some crazy experiences with my own stalkers and my own viewers. You think me just banning somebody from my YouTube channel is going to stop them from like stalking me chronically online and finding my personal information and then spreading that personal information online just because I banned them? Like this, your age is showing, Dan, We people on social media can definitely influence people, but at the end of the day, I can't control what people do.
It's very different, when I use other short form content and people say all sorts of stuff, well, I can't stop that. But when I live stream, they basically don't bother me. Now, what happened yesterday obviously was something that we care deeply about, securing this environment.
If you cared about securing the environment, it would not have happened within literally 6 hours of the event, the first day of TwitchCon, and this happened. You have a man who not only skips a meet and greet line, who somehow gets through security and just walks up past everybody to an online celebrity and tries to touch her inappropriately and tries to kiss her.
Very closely at everything that happened there, and I care deeply about Emmy. She's a friend of mine.
I also think it's disgusting that you call this person your friend, because where are you? Where was your response to this directly? Where were you talking about, hey, this happened, we missed the mark, or we could have done more or better, or handled this better than we did? Where was you? Because, as far as I'm concerned, a friend of somebody would have a completely different response to somebody being assaulted. Maybe I'm just delusional, right? Like, if I saw a friend of mine be assaulted like that, my reaction would be completely different than to go on an interview with somebody and then saying that it's your ability and your responsibility to control these things, thinking that just blocking them on a live stream is going to stop them from coming up to you in real life and trying to attempt to do something to you. It makes you feel so violated. Like, holy fuck, dude.
And so I want to see how we can support her. This is just something we have to keep working on. I think everyone identifies our tools in terms of trust and safety as the leaders in the industry about helping creators, but that means there's always more work to be done, because that's the world we live in now.
Demi had posted earlier today that I guess this fan was allowed to cross multiple barriers at TwitchCon. Why should streamers trust Twitch to keep them safe at TwitchCon? Because I feel like simultaneously this has been such a secure event to the point that even like journalists have had struggled. Like, it is very secure, but here's this man that just walks up and is somehow able to bypass all these things. So why should they trust the platform when slip-ups or, issues like this have happened?
Well, I mean, as you know, I think you toured some of what we do in terms of security. The reality is, even as you do a lot in terms of security in today's world, there are challenges that can present themselves, especially when someone is putting themselves out there, right? And so, we try to work very closely with each creator about what they want to do and what works for them, right? So I don't want to get...
This is such a non-answer. This is a pathetic response by you, dude. You need to step down and stop jorking it to people and be more empathetic and sympathetic to one of your top content creators being sexually assaulted and realizing, oh my goodness, we allowed this. And the worst part of all is that in the video, there's no security by Twitch that runs in and stops this anywhere. It doesn't happen. I have delusional Taylor Lorenz, who is a horrible journalist, by the way, saying, oh, TwitchCon's super, super secure. They didn't want, I struggled getting into TwitchCon because I'm a journalist.
Specifics or details, but part of that is working with creators and, trying to find them. Right now, we're definitely, ramping it up to make sure creators know that we have the resources there to help them figure out what's right for them.
Twitch is absolutely revolting and disgusting. It is one of the worst content creator websites that you can use in terms of how it treats its creators and what it does to protect people at the actual events that they have. I've never been a fan of Twitch. I've streamed on Twitch. I'm partnered on Twitch. I got 20,000 followers on Twitch, but I don't use it anymore because Twitch is one of the worst sites that you can use to try to get big, to try to make content. It's just horrible. They treat you like garbage. This is one small example of just what happened at TwitchCon, which is a big gaming convention where streamers come together, and a lot of streamers didn't show up and didn't want to attend this event because of how bad the security is, because you have a group gathering of a bunch of parasocial viewers and fans that want to meet their favorite streamers. And guess what? There's stalkers, there's creeps, and there's dangers associated with this. Do we need to go back to Christina Grimmie, the singer who was shot by and killed by a viewer, a fan, a stalker? Okay, these types of conventions are not safe for content creators. Twitch has been spouting saying, you know what, everybody who's not attending, we're heightening security, we're going to make this much better place and safer for everybody. But no, every year there's some crazy thing that happens, and this is just one example of what just happened. And the streamer who was assaulted, because what you're about to see is an assault, which is crazy. The fact of the matter is, Twitch has been upscaling, saying security, security, security. And yet the person who responded to this incident wasn't even with Twitch. The person who pushes the guy away after he walks up to her, gets by security, gets past the lines and gets past the barriers, walks up to her, grabs her, and then tries to kiss her. It's crazy. This is the definition of assault. Women and men are not safe at this convention. TwitchCon needs to be abolished. TwitchCon is disgusting. TwitchCon doesn't care about you. Sorry to be a disgruntled, angry man on the fucking internet about how Twitch treats people, but it's a horrible website. It's designed to only favor certain people, and then when it does favor certain people, it doesn't even properly protect the creators that it's supposed to be favoring. So I tweeted this out. This is really scary. The fact that security was so slow to react. That dude could have had a knife. Twitch is not a safe place for creators, period. TwitchCon needs to end. Anyways, so this is it's 10 seconds, right? We're gonna watch it like this. Look at this. This guy walks up, grabs her, tries to make out with her, gets pushed away. That's her own personal security, by the way. That's this streamer's own personal. Let's watch that. Look at this. Bam, pushes him. Or something like that. I don't know. Hello, everyone. I am okay, and thank you for all the kind messages. Sorry I cannot respond to all of them. Yesterday, the man who assaulted me was allowed to cross multiple barriers at TwitchCon and even in front of other creators to meet and grab me in my face and tried to kiss me. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to, but a lot of people point out that it could have been a lot worse. It could have been. Christina Grimmy, do I need to remind you who we lost? Doing a meet and greet like this? I'm obviously shaken up by what happened. It's not the first time I've dealt with something like this, but to tell you honestly, I'm a lot more hurt and upset by how Twitch handled it during and after the fact. Like I said, I don't understand how he was allowed to make it to me in the first place. Security in the clip reacts as is my own security. It's true my favorite and usual security guard was banned for holding a stalker's arm and bringing him to the police at a past TwitchCon.
True. Okay. Maybe I should talk about this. Whatever. Who cares? I had a security guard 2 years ago where there was a guy following me around TwitchCon, and he like asked him to stop multiple times. My guard asked him, and the guy wouldn't stop. So he grabbed the guy, but he didn't like hurt him. He was just holding the guy until like the con security came. And then for some reason they're like, yeah, because your security guard touched him, he's like permabanned from the venue forever. But he didn't even hit him or anything. He just like held him while they waited for like the police to come. And
what the fuck?
And it was like my favorite security guard. I can't have it.
Oh my god.
I was just like, okay, like it was so sad because he did like everything.
Imagine posting a headline, streamer allegedly assaulted at convention. I love how they use the term allegedly because this is not a place where you use that word. There's video evidence of what happened. There are people failing to acknowledge what this is, which was assault. You don't always just walk up to somebody, grab them, and try to make out with them. And if you think differently on the subject, well, you probably should be behind bars. However, there were at least 3 or 4 other TwitchCon security staff in the area who did not react and let the guy walk away, as you can see in the clip, since they don't even appear in the frame. The woman who was walking away is my own personal manager, and behind the booth, the only 2 people who were checking in on me and comforting me were her and my friend. None of the TwitchCon staff came to ask what happened or if it was okay. My friend who was present told me that the Twitch security were also behind the booth afterwards, joking about how they didn't even see what happened, and immediately started laughing and moving on, talking about something else. So if no one was checking if I was okay or needed anything, and they let the guy run away initially, I have no idea what anyone hired to keep the event safe was doing. In Twitch statement, which we're going to go over, they said that the guy was immediately caught and detained. I'm sorry, but this is a blatant lie. He was allowed to walk away from my meet and greet and I didn't hear he was caught until hours after he attacked me. And it felt like it only happened because of my manager pressing for it, not because TwitchCon staff present thought it was a big deal. A lot more to say. I'll do a stream later today instead of writing a book. Thank you guys again. Sorry for all you see this shit. This is definitely the last TwitchCon. It saddens me to say after 10 years off and on attending a TwitchCon, I think other creators should seriously consider not attending the event. I did not feel cared for or protected, even bringing my own security and staff. I can't imagine. Look, she's right. They don't care about you, okay? Twitch doesn't care about anything other than lining their pockets, okay? They're little shekels. Twitch treats smaller creators and larger creators like absolute dog shit. We know how they ban people. We've had already instances of Twitch staff trying to take advantage of other creators and basically have sexual relationships with other streamers, and they'll make partner partnership faster if they do sexual favors for Twitch staff. Like, this is real. I don't need to give you all the documents about this. You can search this stuff up for yourself. This is not an expose on Twitch, but Twitch is a bad place. It is a horrible place. You should not be streaming on there. You just shouldn't stream on YouTube. YouTube's a safer place than this. The conglomerate that is Twitch is abysmal. And I think everybody, one of the reasons I stopped streaming on there was, one, it was incredibly hard, even with streaming all the time and just making money is hard. It's riddled with crazy amount of long ads. Their bans don't make any sense. They just, just the other day, there was on the front page of Twitch, there was this animal fetishizer with like this VTuber avatar, like an animal, and he had like a binky in his mouth, and he was like pretending to be like a kid but also an animal at the same time, and it was very, very sexualized. It was on the front page of Twitch. The person has 20,000 followers and they pretend to be a VR YouTuber, which is fine, but pretending to be an animal, like sucking on a binky, it's really, really weird. It's not a place where you're safe. It just isn't. And I want people to understand that Twitch is a bad company. And that's why I stopped streaming on there, was because it just treats people terribly. It's hard to make money. They push favoritism and bias. Their bans don't make any sense. They ban people for the smallest things. But then people like Hassan Piker, who I despise, can break every rule in the book, gets banned for a day, and he's back. He can do animal abuse. He can say horrible things about America. He can wish violence on people. He can wish death on people, right? All these crazy things Hassan can do. And he's their Twitch big political activist guy, if you can even call him that, which I do have a video working on Hassan, by the way. But please keep yourself safe, right? And when you look at that, the guy, there he is right there. Look at him. He's walking right there, same shirt. He's walking out of the event. He's not in handcuffs, just walking away. Look at that. Disgusting. This dude, we need this guy needs to be doxxed. This guy, like, I'm sorry, certain people like this, people need to be exposed. We need to find who he is. We need to get his face. We need to blast it everywhere. All of his personal information. His life should be ruined. We need to just get him fired. This is a bad person. This is somebody who committed assault in front of hundreds of people, and people like this need to be behind bars. You're not going to convince me otherwise. I don't care about the ethics of anything. There are certain people who deserve to have all their information leaked and posted online. That's him. I hope a photo gets released of this man. There's another clip. Where is he at? I'm looking. Up there he is. There he is. There he is. Look, he's right there. Okay, he's kind of right there to the right. He's walking. Look at him. Look at the way he's walking, dude. There he is. There he is. There he is. Look at him right there. Grabbing his nose. Oh my God, he looks like a pervert. Look at his haircut, too. Listen, the internet does what it does, right? It's kind of hard to see. Look at that right there. Right there, buddy boo. You are caught in 4K. This is Twitch's official statement. The safety and security of all those attending TwitchCon is our highest priority. The behavior displayed by the individual involved on the incident yesterday involving a high-profile streamer was completely unacceptable and deeply upsetting. In line with the existing TwitchCon security protocols, law enforcement and event security were on site and responded to the incident. We immediately blocked this individual from returning to the TwitchCon premises, and they are banned indefinitely from Twitch, both online and in the in-person events. We are coordinating with the impacted creators team and per our own standard protocol. You guys are such fucking pieces of shit. I fucking hate you. I hate Twitch. I hate Twitch. Can we get a chant going? We hate Twitch. We have increased security at the meet and greet attendee check-in point, and we'll have additional security surrounding the participant streamers. If you OSVP for a meet and greet, please know we're unable to accommodate ones for the made-for event. Twitch has a zero tolerance for harassment or acts that inhibit the safety and security of our community. You guys don't care about safety. You guys have never cared about safety. If you guys cared about safety, do you know how many stalking cases of people and streamers that has happened on your platform, that you guys refuse to ban or get rid of people who seriously do crazy, crazy things and break your rules? I swear to God, Twitch staff are neckbeard. Just, they sit around. All they do is sit on a computer, jorking it to probably their own streamers. We already know that Dan Clancy, that old man freak. Remember, guys, if you ever want to feel unsafe, uncomfortable, and be assaulted, TwitchCon is the place for you. All seriousness, though, I'm glad she's okay, and I'm just, man, it could have been so much worse. Like, it could have been so much worse, and she's right. It could have been worse. And I just can't stop thinking about Christina Grimmie, who we lost, who somebody came to a meet and greet and killed her. A lot of people ask me, like, why don't I do meet and greets and stuff? It's just because of things like this. I have severe trust issues, and people scare me. I've met people IRL. I've met fans in real life, and I've been recognized in public, and that's fine. But an actual meet and greet where I'm standing and people are coming up to me, a bunch of people, no, it's not going to happen. Absolutely not. My safety is more important than the risk of me potentially being killed or stabbed or assaulted. And I have been assaulted at conventions myself when I've cosplayed. It happens to men too. You think because I'm a man I don't experience that? We do. All in all, don't touch people without their consent, and don't try to kiss people without their consent. Like, do we really have to have this conversation in 2025?